So you put that back in, and now you add the shooting. C.J. McCollum being who? Oh, man.
Jones Jr. with the active hands. Hield able to get the loose ball. Barnes will try a three. And Barnes. Good. Hield will bring it back down. Hield in transition. Looking for Fox. Fox from the corner. Back-to-back threes for the Kings.
Close as well, as you mentioned earlier, Lamar. And to your point, this is what CJ had to say about Nurk. He said he's the guy who gets us over the hump. It's Dame, me, and he's the third piece.
CJ with the offensive rebound. Ooh. There's that tight handle you talk about, Lamar. CJ will try a corner three, splashes it.
Man.
Nurkic runs the break. CJ finds himself outside the arc. Back to Dame. Jones Jr. open look. Love to see that, Lamar.
Yeah. You know, I think one of the big reasons why he was so willing and able to accept this role of coming off the bench as the Kings run of human beings.
Barnes defended by Dame, gets tangled up by Cantor and
hooks us up a little bit in our zones, you know, change certain coverages, switch things more than we have in the past. The shooting not being what it was for the Blazers in the fourth quarter. It seems like Melo, that's nice. The pump fake. See how to and with them being the tandem leading this bench unit, and then you got a Gary Trent Jr. next to that who showed you what he can.
It still eludes him. Gary Trent Jr. pounds the rock down the floor. Nice little move on Guy. Gets it up and over Kaminsky.
So that made it a 4-on-4 game. And 4-on-4 having this kind of spacing, Gary, his eyes must have lit up.
Ellaby tries to bother Kaminsky.
Getting the screen, curling it. That's what Guy did. Not a curl into the lane, but he kind of curled into the shot. Defender trail. C.J. McCollum had the same thing. Defender.
Whitney Hood still looking for that first bucket.
It's the right shot. He's still getting his legs underneath him.
Guy, another three. Whitney Hood, you figure will start to slow things down, work his way into the paint.
I like this look for Rodney.
And welcome back, Rodney.
Direct line drive for the most part. It's tough to defend against.
CJ leading scorer for the Blazers.
You know, soaking it all in. Carmelo is giving him some insight. I just thought that was really poignant. Yeah, in Pullman, and now you're hanging out with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, quite. Weren't for this girl.
Yes.
Then Nurk would have bleached blonde hair right now.
Yes, he would.
Wow. Ooh. Airplane mode.
Giles fresh.
Especially the ones that can really pull up and shoot it.
Giles saves the pass from Dame. Covington up and under. Beautiful sequence by the truck last, and who knows if anybody in our production department had a bite of that or not. But Gary Trent Jr. going to take a bite of that three.
It's like that. But then imagine the fact he's going up against Damian, CJ, Rodney, Carmelo in practices. You wouldn't be afraid of anybody either.
Times here folks talk about a player has energy, but that is so critical for maintaining momentum as Gary Trent Jr. keeps his energy. Every single coach is always going to want that.
Yeah, not every player is like Gary, where he's got one speed. He plays, you got to read and react on the go.
Gary Trent Jr. had an open look, can't get it to fall, but Giles fights for the board. Throw it down, Harry Giles.
I was having fun with the game. I was having fun out there, and I was happy to be on the floor.
I imagine also some retribution for his former team is
the leadership, all of it. The things that everybody involved with the organization do to foster a growing environment. I don't know that I've ever been as happy for a young player as I am for you, because I saw the work and the time that you put into this opportunity, and you went from 5-star
lead with 2:28 left in the third quarter. Levens surveying. Cantor once again takes Kaminsky into the... Either way, Blazers with the ball, 3-point lead under $1:30 left in the third quarter. Ellaby to Blevins. Blevins sets his feet. Blevins knocks down the outside tray.
It makes Gary's job slightly harder, but it's not necessarily the wrong thing to do. It all worked out at the end.
Kaminsky gets the bucket and the foul on the second effort. In the floor for the first time.
Somebody lost his shoe. C.J. Ellaby. He's trying to determine if he's going to go back and get it or wait till after the play. Some pictures.
Might have a little bit of drag in the water. Robinson, corner three. So the Kings continue to fall in love with the three-point. Jones Jr. almost pokes it away. Another deflection for the Blazers. 10 to shoot for the Kings. Metu, step back jumper.
Show itself is some guys are going to have to play defense even harder as Sacramento comes away with this basketball, because when you look at the depth in the lineup, Jordan, that might be your only way to get on the court on certain nights.
Giles back over to Covington. 13 to shoot. Sizes up Woodard. Goes to the right. Gets the shoulder into Woodard, and Covington off the bounce yet again. Harry Giles with the double-double after that previous defensive rebound. Guy whips a pass to Woodard. Woodard bothered by Covington, but then Metu gets the loose change and puts it back in. It speaks to just the amount of work that all of the production departments for all the teams are putting in this season to deliver NBA basketball. As Halliburton turns the corner, and if that fouls on Ellaby is out.
It could be a couple weeks from the trade deadline, and they might be on a plane with us going somewhere, and we'll take 10-15 minutes out of their day to explain how the cap works and how the biannual exception
guys gets beat off of a cut, and how just those little things of being at the right spot at the right time will click for teams that want to be a top 10 defense. Kerry Trent Jr. opportunity he was granted because of the injuries, and now you see how he's flourishing in this role.
He was ready.
Love the skill set.
Pounds of muscle, whatever the case is, because it's a prerequisite. You can have all the skill in the world, you got to have a level of strength. Even a guy like Kevin Durant. Water, Jordan. It makes me feel better about the whole meal. You know, just fresh Oregon water.
Can't get it with the right hand. $1:23 left. Halliburton stops on a dime. Wets the three. Just a reminder, preseason games don't count. It's a learning tool. Harry Giles for three. Lamar. The return of Yusuf Nurkic to the lineup. Rodney Hood getting his first bucket. Plenty to smile about. And as always in the preseason.